And I'm Sara again, and welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll tell you about a new campaign urging doctors to join the fight against heroin. And Pat Daly has an update on the Annapolis Library. But first, making headlines this week, we begin with something that is near and dear to my heart: youth sports and Northeast High School.
Yeah.
County Executive Steve Shue joined House Speaker Mike Bush, parks officials, and a representative from BG&E to unveil brand new turf fields in Pasadena that are ready for action. I can't wait to see the kids take the field, and neither can the county executive. Here's what he had to say.
Improving our recreational infrastructure is a very high priority for our administration. We're building bike trails, boat ramps, opening swimming beaches, all sorts of things. And we intend to invest $17 million in recreational improvements in the Pasadena community over the next 6 years. But government can't do it alone. We look to our corporate partners to give us a hand with important projects. Exelon has committed $1.2 million to this field to make this important public amenity happen. This is a $2 million project, so they're carrying the bulk of it. And I want to thank them once again for their efforts to improve recreation here in Anne Arundel County.
Exelon Corporation paid most of the $2 million price tag, with county and state officials picking up the rest. The county is paying about $520,000 in bonds and cash, along with $200,000 state and bond bill. There are more turf fields on the way, Dave, including Bell Branch Park in Davidsonville. This is a great opportunity for the kids.
How about those turf fields? I mean, that's up in your neighborhood, right?
Yes.
And we saw them coming along, being done they worked over the winter, right?
They did. Almost around the clock, it seemed.
And they're beautiful.
They are beautiful. I can't wait to get on there with my girls playing field hockey.
Didn't you always say, I love Kinder Farm Park, can we have turf fields like that too? Right?
They're popping up all over the place.
They're pretty sweet.
They are.
Now, do you, as an athlete, as a coach, tell me, are the turf fields good? Turf fields good?
Yes, with field hockey, especially, it's a different game compared to playing on the grass.
Faster.
It is a lot faster. It's a better game to watch. As a coach, you have to when you go from grass to turf, you have to coach differently.
Whoa.
Yes, it's a big difference. But,
get ready, girls, because Coach Gannon don't play.
But my girls have been very lucky. They've played on turf. This is my 7th year going into the organization. Going into the organization. This is my 7th year. But they've been playing this will be their 5th year playing on turf. So
they're like turf. That's how we roll.
They're veterans at it by now. So.
Well, good. Well, Sara and I were also out in Linthicum this week for an important announcement about security around light rail stops. Police said they will step up patrols, improve lighting, and control access to nearby schools from the 4 light rail stations in the county. Here's what Police Chief Tim Altamari had to say about the initiative.
There's a fear that crime comes down on the light rail. I don't think if you look statistically that there's any great number of crimes generating off the light rail stops, but there is a clear and convincing feeling of fear about it. I will tell you this. Certainly we've had robberies coming off the light rail. Certainly we've had thefts generating from a parking lot with this many cars on it. All parking lots with this many cars on it have that occurring. So really, I'll say it again. There is no one incident. There is no one 2-week period. There is no one genesis in statistics. The genesis of this effort is to be responsive to the citizens in North County, particularly Linthicum, when they're asking for help and they're asking to feel safer.
Folks in the neighborhood have had concerns about the light rail for quite a while, so hopefully this will make a difference. The statistics really don't show a particular crime problem, Sara, but the county is stepping up in response to what the citizens are saying. So that's what we do, right? When they tell us they need something,
and the citizens were talking.
We do it.
Yes.
They talk, we listen.
That's right.
Okay.
We try to listen and
we do. You're a good listener.
I hear that quite a bit. So, Dave, have you paid your water or sewer bill yet this month?
What are you watching me? What?
Well, it just got a whole lot easier and even a little cheaper.
Oh.
If you're paying your property tax or utility bill online, you can now use PayPal or Visa wallet in addition to credit cards.
Sweet.
Plus, the convenience fee charged for paying online is going down from about $2.75 to $1. Wow. $1. For more information, just go to aacounty.org and click on the spotlight. So no excuses, Dave.
Oh.
Pay your bill now.
Yes, ma'am.
It's easy.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll talk with LaToya Nkongolo about a new anti-heroin campaign called Doctor's Orders. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Ride!
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Welcome back. Joining us today is LaToya Nkongolo, and she is with the Leadership Anne Arundel. Tell us a little bit about what you do as an addictions counselor.
Well, first I want to just say thank you for having me. Actually, this year marks 20 years that I've been in the field of mental health and addictions.
goodness,
I
wow.
know. Yeah, long
Congratulations.
time.
You're
Thank
20
you.
years old?
Really?
Oh my gosh.
So what I do is I provide mental health and addictions therapy services to adolescents and adults. In addition to what I do in office, I also go out in the community and I advocate for services to provide better quality care for citizens in Anne Arundel County. And what I currently do now is I own a clinic. So this is Maryland's first integrated urgent care, primary care, and behavioral health clinic, work-life urgent care in Glen Burnie. So with my work as a business owner and also working with the community, that's how I got involved with Leadership Anne Arundel.
Okay. What is Leadership Anne Arundel?
So Leadership Anne Arundel, phenomenal program. It is a nonprofit organization, and basically what they do is that they train and educate emerging leaders in Anne Arundel County to really teach us about every aspect of the county. So it's a very intensive program, amazing program, but everyone in the program is really being groomed to be an up-and-coming leader in Anne Arundel County.
And you're off to a very good start. Tell us a little bit about Doctor's Orders. What is Doctor's Orders and what is prescriber's perspective?
Okay, so Doctor's Orders is an amazing partnership. I just want to start by saying between the County Executive's Office and Leadership Anne Arundel's flagship class of 2018. So what it is a campaign to really educate prescribers in the community on best practices for opioids. Okay. The video that we have, it's a full-length video, and it features some of the best medical prescribers in Anne Arundel County, and they're really providing education and information to teach people kind of what conversation to have with their providers, for the providers themselves to kind of talk amongst each other.
Very important.
Yeah, because they're having these conversations amongst each other, but we really wanted to push this information out to the community. So Doctor's Orders is kind of an extension of this full-length video, so we're going to be premiering some of those providers, and they're going to be in commercials that are going to run through the summer on the Anne Arundel County TV, and just to give people the information that they need, just to avoid falling into that trap of I have a legitimate prescription and then it progresses to heroin.
Sure. When will we be able to see this information?
So, well, the big video premiere is actually next week, May 23rd, and it will premiere at Anne Arundel Community College in the Pascal Theater. So doors open at 6 o'clock. The actual event starts at 6:30, and we'll have vendors there. So a lot of vendors are going to be providing information to the community on the services they offer. We'll also have opening remarks by the County Executive Steve Shue, Fran Phillips, who is our acting health officer through the Department of Health. Pastor Cheryl Menendez will also be offering some words of encouragement to the community and those who have lost their loved ones to this epidemic. Sure. And we'll premiere our video, and we'll also have a panel discussion. So the panelists are medical providers. Also a family member, Ginger Rosella, will also talk about what would have been helpful to her as a mother in assisting her son with his injury and taking his prescribed medications.
And it's free.
It is free.
The event is free.
It is free, and it is open to the public. We encourage everyone, whether you are a family member impacted or someone who just wants, some preventative information, or medical providers, because we want people to have access to those nurses and physician's assistants and, doctors to ask questions.
Yeah, that's very key.
Absolutely.
All right, so here's the big question. How do I sign up? Do I need to sign up?
You don't need to sign up. Actually, it is open to the public. Doors, we don't need any RSVPs. If you do have any questions about the event, you can contact Brittany Jones at brittany.jones@bge.com, and she'll answer any questions that you may have about the event.
Well, that sounds like a great event coming. Thank you again for all that you do for the county, the community. You really do a whole lot. I see you everywhere. Well, thanks again. And we'll be right back after these messages.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back. The Annapolis Library has a new location at the mall. Pat Daly is there with more. Pat?
Thanks, guys. They say libraries have lost their luster. Well, not here in Anne Arundel County, because now you can order a coffee latte, walk 2 doors down, buy a suit, and then walk another 2 doors down to read a book and rent a laptop. And here to tell us more is Christine Feldman with Anne Arundel County Public Libraries. Christine, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
This is an incredible place. Can you please tell us how Discoveries came to fruition?
We've had a great relationship with Westfield Annapolis for a few years, and when we knew the Annapolis Library was going to be closing, we were looking for other venues to give service to the people of Annapolis. We discussed the idea of possibly coming to the mall. They were excited about it, so we were able to make it happen with help from our foundation.
Great. Well, what we're going to do now is Christine's going to take us around to the more popular area here. So why don't we walk around and you tell us a little bit about it. I'll walk with you.
Spotted umbrellas. So our little poem goes, can you show me 5 on your fingers? The older kids, can you show me 5?
So here we are in the children's area. Let's tell us something.
This is called our Discovery Dock, and it's got all kinds of children's play items, toys, things you wouldn't necessarily find or be expecting in a library, but play is really all about how you learn to read and how you get ready for school. So you can come to the library and get ready for school.
That's great. I'm definitely going to bring my 1-year-old daughter here. She's going to have a field day. Tell us a little bit about the artwork that we see around us.
Well, we were approached by the Arts Alliance of Anne Arundel County to display some of their wonderful local art. So on the walls, we've got beautiful pieces that are done by local artists that will change all the time. So we're excited to have that addition to our library.
Well, how can we learn more about this great hidden area here in the mall?
Go to www.aacpl.net and check out about Discoveries, the library at the mall.
And you're located where exactly in the mall?
We are right next to Crate and Barrel and across from Under Armour.
Okay, great. Well, Christine, thank you so much. Well, it's happening here in the mall. The library's on fire. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Pat. That's pretty cool to have a library right in the mall.
Right?
Do you like the mall?
I like the mall. I like to walk around in the mall. You? Are you a mall girl?
Sure. Sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's very convenient to have the mall there, so that's very cool. By the way, is this the first time we've been on the show together?
This is the first time.
Oh, that's
Kristen and I have been holding down the fort.
You guys have been doing a great job. You come in here, you know, people don't understand how the sausage gets made, as they say. You know, they don't understand all the work that goes into putting together a show every week. But you know what? When the bat signal comes up, Sara Gannon responds and is there in a minute. So we appreciate that. You do a very good job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
So speaking about, you know, we were just talking about shopping, and so you just come back from a nice trip. Did you do any shopping in Paris?
I did a little bit of shopping. It was like the shopping you do for, like, you know, you got to get like a mug that says Paris rules. I love Paris. T-shirts. I love Paris. But you know, Sara, I was blown away by how cool and fun Paris was.
Really?
I mean, you see stuff on TV until you're actually there, you know, immersed in it. I learned so many things.
Good.
Like, for example, people love cheese in Paris. Lots of cheese. You have cheese with everything. I got home and I found myself in a weird routine where I was doing weird things. Like, I wanted cheese all the time. I was constantly playing through in my mind whenever I would sit down at a table to order something at a restaurant. Bonjour and merci. I mean, those are my two go-tos in Paris because I don't know French, so it was bonjour and merci. So I get home and we go to get burgers and I'm like, bonjour. And the guy's like,
they're probably looking at you like, where'd you come from?
Yeah. So it's different. I mean, it's a different culture. It's a different society. But people could not have been nicer. They
That's
really,
good.
you know, you hear a lot about the French are snooty when you can't speak proper French, and they couldn't have been nicer about it. They saw me coming from a mile away, but they were super nice. And you gotta go. You know.
You had your camera on and your hat and your fanny pack on.
Oh, I was like straight up tourist. I had tourist stamped on my forehead. But you know, 20,000 a day steps.
Wow.
Walking everywhere.
We had to burn the cheese off.
You have, exactly. That's totally what it is. You eat all that cheese and you got to walk it off. That's how it goes. So I encourage you and Dan the Man to make it over there at some point. It's a great place to visit. A lot of history, a lot of culture, a lot of walking. It's beautiful. I got really lucky. The weather was perfect. It was like 70 degrees and sunny. So.
What's the weather pattern normally like over there about this time of year?
I'm told that normally in the month of May, it is cold and rainy and gloomy.
Really?
And it was the opposite. It was absolutely perfect. You going on any vacation this summer? You got a vacation plan?
I can't wait. Yes, I'm going to Surf City, North Carolina.
Ooh!
And I'm going to the Outer Banks.
Nice.
And I'm also going to be taking Kelsey to a field hockey camp down Salisbury.
I saw that because I watched Week in Review in Grand Paris.
Yes. So
that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'll be here working hard because no more vacation for me.
Yeah.
I'm done. My credit card is now frozen. Like I just have to stay here and work now. That's what I'll be doing. So have fun in the Outer Banks. I know you know how to do it right. So I'm glad you're here on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
We did it. Together,
Thanks for having me again. I appreciate it.
That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode or archived episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we will see you next time.